Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, April 18th, 2017, and I said that very slowly for some reason. No, I can't find. There's the button. We'll just say I botched the opening and move on. Okay, so let's get started. Hey, Mir. Also, thanks, Gamecast for the auto host. So, we tried testing our code yesterday and it didn't work. And then I turned on the bumper because we closed, the day it was 11 o'clock. And immediately realized what the problem probably was, unless there's a second problem down the line. We never actually set the launcher to load our new game mode. It was just set to use base game mode all over again, so because we made it up. Okay, so how it's built is there's various class hierarchy, and the one we have that's the basis of all game modes is called base game mode, which is a bit confusing because after I did that, Epic changed how the game mode is. So it basically goes, it used to go U-object, actor, and I believe there's nothing between that and game mode. And then I had base game mode, and then it'll be like battle game mode and so forth. How Epic changes, they took a game mode and they split up into two classes, where a game mode inherited from a game mode base. So when object actor, game mode base, game mode, and then base game mode, which is better than the other way around, where it would have been, if they would have done base game mode, then it would have been annoying for me because they would have collided with my object name. And therefore to have to refactor everything. And it'd probably even be a messy refactor too, because the it's not even like, oh, they changed name and it broke, so you have to go and find all of the broken references. It would resolve to a valid name, just not the one I intended, right? So that'd probably be annoying. Anyway, I could probably do final references in my project code though, so it didn't happen, so that's fine. Yeah, but so we have it all set, and then we have the subclasses, and we made a subclass called Battle Game Mode. Probably for launch, I'd have Battle and CTF, and like give a hint that I would want to do Siege Mode, but I probably wouldn't have the time to do Siege Mode before the proof of concept demo. That would just be pushing it way far, because I need to get it started so I can get a Patreon up and running, and hopefully have this be cash positive, which currently hasn't been for the last. It's been revenue 0, cash negative. Generally speaking, revenue 0 is often cash negative. Anyway, but yeah, so we created the base and we add the logic to the Boolean is game over. I think it's what's called is game over. Yeah, is game over. And we add the logic to determine if the game was over, but that's in battle game mode, and it's going to change for each of the ones. In base game mode, it was return false, so the game is never over. You just can't ever be over. That is the problem when we're trying to test the game over system. So yeah, we're going to have to go back to our launcher code in I believe it's menu setup helper, and remove the hard-coded, start base game mode and actually have it parse the game mode from the drop-down. Which I think already is parsed, I just need to actually do it. Actually bring the variable in. Okay, as you see right here, class equals blah. I would need to cut this out and replace it with the game mode name. Oh, Unreal Engine is hosting me for 25 viewers. Thanks for the auto host. So anyone, actually, before we do that, let's just load the. Do I have awesome to the max? Oh, Monster Cat 9. I have everything Monster Cat. So let's see. Okay, this is a request. Here we go. Yep, I have everything on all the Monster Cat CDs up to 30, and I think they haven't released 31 yet, because they've only released 30, a month ago? A month or two? So anyone who's just joining us, I'm going to show you what the game basically is. It's kind of like chess, but not quite. Actually, I think I was looking at what I wanted to find. Current map.mode name. That's internal, though. Or is it? Oh, no, it's not.
Awesome. Awesome to the max.
But I still have current map. Sorry, before I do something, I just want to make sure. I already have the variable. Good. Okay. Sorry about that. So the game is kind of like chess, but not quite. I normally show the chessboard level, but to give you a bit better of an idea, I'm going to show you the different level first. So this level has 3 spawns, and you might think, well, chess, there's no spawns in chess. What are you talking about, right? But the idea is it kind of uses sort of the base rules of chess and applies it to arbitrary levels. Which means a couple things. One, there is no pawn promotion. There is no like castling on passant or anything like that. Pawns can't move 2 spaces on their first move. They can only move 1 ever. And they can move, instead of just moving forward, because what's forward, especially if you're cross spawns, there is no forward, right? So you can move forward, back, left, or right. You know, the cardinal positions. 1 space per turn, and you can eat on any diagonal. Orthogonal, I should say. Move orthogonal, eat diagonal. You know it's sort of forward, back, left, or right, move, diagonal, eat. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, and everything to prevent the queen from just like going. Come on. Prevent the queen from just going, you know, all the way across the map in like 1 or 2 moves. She is limited, or everything is limited to the king range. Which also means you have to move your king with your army, right? But the kings can only move and eat on any of the 8 directions. As you can see here, the knights are out of range. I can't grab them. So the goal is to then figure out how much you want to move, like how big you want. It's a balance of how big you want your army to be versus, you know, how mobile you want to be. So the more pieces you have, since you can only move 1 move per turn, especially if it's something like a pawn or something, which takes, you know, it walks very slowly. It may have to meander a little bit. It's up to you to figure out how many moves you want to waste on moving your army around. If you have a smaller army, you can get to point A, point B a lot quicker, but you'll have a lot less options when you're there, right? So you have that kind of balance of, do I want to get the 2 knights? In this map, it's generally speaking, you do want to get the 2 knights off this start, or at least one of them. And then you rush towards your objective. But if you want to get there quicker, you can take your king and your queen, or just the king even, but good luck with that. Queen takes very few moves to move, and I mean, it's a queen, it's powerful. To get to your destination, and you can do whatever you want. And scattered around the map is stranded pieces, like the knight there, and there's the bishops here. If you find a stranded opponent piece, you can just kill it, because there's no king to control it. It's not going to fight back. And if you find one of yours, you can add to your army if you want. So if it's in your king range, you can pick it up. So this is cross spawns here. Silver's on the 3 o'clock position, and gold. The colors can change depending on what team you select. But the way it's set right now, gold is on the 6 o'clock. And then there's a third team, which is blue set up right now. And they spawn a fortress. They have a lot more pieces. And they have a defensible position, but the way the game is balanced is the attacking team, or teams, if it's 2-on-1, has to go around, pick up the pieces, or, you know, eliminate the opponent's pieces if it's free-for-all, around the level, and then when they're big enough and strong enough, they want to, you know, push into the castle, then they can attack the castle. Meanwhile, the castle team, I'm even thinking of giving them a second king so they can actually take a detach, like make a small detachment, and go and, you know, snipe whatever is not being attacked by the other teams. Right now, there's only 1 king for blue team now, and then they have these units here, and they can make a you know, a plug in the front door with the 4 pawns, 2 rooks, and 4 knights. they're going to have to make some trades because there really isn't going to be any, unless the opponent's really not that good at it. It's going to be probably pretty hard to, you know, flawlessly kill, especially bishops and rooks trying to get into the front door. But if you can take a pawn and make them trade a rook for a pawn, then you're still getting up on them, right? So I show you how the gameplay works. So they can move the queen up, or they can move the king forward. If they move the king forward, you're going to see this row of tiles here. It's going to change in just a second. This row of dark tiles. Are now, some of them are in range, and this range went a bit further because it's moving the king closer to the left. We do this again. Then the control range is going to move to around here. Not to the knight yet, so if we move one more, we're going to get one of the two knights in range, and we can move that knight. The AI is playing in the background, and it's not really that good of an AI right now, but now I can take this knight and move it wherever I want. This knight cannot, it's stuck. If anyone's wondering what the aesthetic originally looked like, the original way this game was made was actually using Infinity Blade assets, although I'm going now more for a solid shaded look. Originally it was Infinity Blade assets just because it was so quick. You can just import epics, huge library of stuff. So the original look is something like, this is a chessboard level. This is the original cross streams. There we are. So they had a, bridge going across on a moat into a medieval castle. There's cross spawns here. And there's gonna be a castle in here. There's a bit of change that happened since then, but this is actually scrolling really quickly now. And then there's a stable with the knights here. Like I said, I'm going to change it probably to a bit more of a flat shade aesthetic. More like the chessboard level I have right now, but yeah. So anyway, if you move around, you can then, you know, move forward. Now the chessboard level, which is kind of what we've been working on the last little while, here. I'm not really sure I like these little pockets. I might want to have it be more like a Mario-style platform, like rounded edges. But yeah, we'll decide that later. Kind of like how pillowy this edge goes. So you can move the pawn forward, then they'll play, and I can move the pawn sideways if I want, because again, it can move in any direction. Then I can move the queen there. Oh, now I get. Oh, I can eat backwards. There we go. I thought I had to. I thought I didn't have the pawn there, so I thought I was going to lose either the rook or the king. Okay. Okay, so if I do this, it'll eat my bishop, I'll eat the rook. Then that could be a problem if it moves this piece that way. Or will it? No, I can evacuate. Do I want to trade a bishop for a... Nah, I don't want to do that trade. And by the way, this is not an actual chess AI. I had to kind of make the AI from scratch on this. Okay, so no, that's offset crap. Okay, there we are. There we are. Oh, I missed. Yeah, I didn't see what I was doing. Well, revenge is sweet. Okay, not really. All those are covered. Anyway. This is how not to play check it. Oh, what? Ah, the queen, right, I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm gonna lose. So I need to make this guy move its piece. But now I'm stuck, I can't move it out, so this is gonna die. Wow, this is actually a really terrible game for me. GG. Okay, so you get the idea. That's the chessboard level. Slightly different mechanics than actual chess. And the idea behind this is that the main reason why chess is so like so many people are skilled at chess is because the same rules have been around for hundreds of years now, right? Give or take. It's been evolving a little bit, but in the the time span of my lifetime, not really, right? So people get really good at finding out all the possible ways that a game on an 8x8 grid with a certain number of pieces in the same starting location, blah blah blah, works out, and they're able to, you know, learn metagames and openings and all that other stuff. Whereas this is kind of designed to be a bit more casual because even though it's the same basic premise from the movement structure, with a couple changes, mostly with pawns, a little bit with like castling and stuff like that. There's no castling, but it's also you can't get really good at a lot of the architecture, like of the map, because you can just change the map and everything goes away. And one good example of one that's going to be a bit of a gimmicky map, but it's significantly different, is King's Court. And we're going to actually have it be a full server. So we're going to have all 8 spawns assigned, and we're going to have them... You know what? Let's have some fun. Haven't done this before. Let's do 2 spawns each. 3, 4. And we're gonna send them all to Alice. All of the spawns assigned with the same competitor on the same team are considered the same, or with the same person on the same team are considered the same competitor. But if one competitor has spawns on different teams, they're considered separate competitors that just have multiple turns. So, like, I could play against myself, and I'd have one move for each player, even though I'd be against myself, right? It's kind of hard to show you. Anyway, so we're assigning 2 spawns to me on Team 1, 2 spawns Alice on Team 2, 2 spawns Alice on Team 3, 2 spawns Alice on Team 4. Currently, the only difference between AI right now is that Alice always chooses the best move, and the other ones choose it significantly less. So here we are. I now have 4 kings I can move, and everyone else has 4 kings as well. And the gimmick of this map is that every 10 moves, every 10 full rotations of moves, the edge row of the map, the last row of the map on all 4 sides, explodes and disappears. Well, disappears. Any piece on it gets exploded. So you have to kind of force your opponents to go back, which is not that hard because the way it's set up right now, because the AI is not all too smart. It doesn't know the issue. So you want to get in such a way that you block the opponent so that way they can't get within run range of you, because if they get within range 1, you can just kill them. But you want to push them to the edge of the map so that way they can't, well, so that way they explode, right? Looks like red team's going full suicide right now. There we are. So that's 1 row off. Now we have a slightly smaller map to work on. Eventually it's going to get down to 1 tile, and whoever holds that tile will be the winner. First thing I need to do is I need to get this piece out. Now that I have 2 spawns, instead of having just 2 kings, I have 4. So I can, there we are, give up your space. So I can be a bit more aggressive with trades. Like maybe I want to get that king in a place that can be killed to force them to kill it and I kill them back, right? Like if I did that for silver, I'd knock silver out, although I wouldn't want to do that because blue is still 4 strong. I want to move it here and here at the same time, but obviously I can't. Let's move you there. Worked out in my favor, okay. Man, this AI is very suicidal right now. Oh. I thought that was the last move, and I was gonna say blue just knocked its entire army out. Okay. Oh, miscounted really bad, I guess. Really bad. At one point, I'm going to make an actual counter that will be a UI element. I was actually planning on possibly doing that today. So let's move this back here. There we are. Okay. So as it stands right now, I pretty much won, because there's not going to be really any way they can get around these kings, because they gave up center. Because they need to get within range 1, unless they intend to trade with me. But since I'm already 4 strong, I can't really lose. So they can't ever really get in, so I just gotta keep waiting here. And eventually they're all gonna explode. Come on. Seems like 10 is actually a reasonable amount. I wasn't sure if 10 would work or need more or less. Flawless victory. Okay, there we are. Yep. So I win. Anyway. I didn't check out the newest Humble Bundle. So let's quickly look at that. The cloaks and the players work really well. I'm not sure what you mean. Wild Frontier Bundle. So the latest Humble Bundle is Gods Be Watching, Ice Lakes, Frontiers, Hard West, Renowned Explorers, Spin Tires. I know someone who's really obsessed with Spin Tires. Slime Rancher. Cool. Seems interesting. Who's a charity? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't really know much about any of these games, unfortunately. But I know it's someone who's obsessed with Spin Tires, like I said, though. But other than that, I haven't really seen much. Frontiers I've heard of. I mean, that's cool. So yeah, let's quickly go here. And so instead of base game mode, we're going to close it off. And then current map dot mode name. And this should be all we need. I'll remove this comment here. This should be all that we need to launch with the correct game mode. Oh, I already had the enter loaded. So I'm actually gonna close down the editor. I don't like I don't really like hot reloading, even though it works really well and you can use it for small things. I don't trust it, even though it should work. Started using it like back in like 4.3 and 4.4 and had some problems with it, but it's obviously been a long time since then, but I still don't really trust it. When I'm already doing debugging, right, I don't want to have, introduce an extra variable into that. So what we're going to do is, the main thing our game mode is now is on the battle game mode, if we see that, there is only 0 or 1, like less than 2 teams that actually have control pieces, then we consider, which is the king in this case, then we consider that the game is over, and if there is the function I have doesn't deal with that. That would be with the UI, so the function we have right now just says is the game over or not, and then it'll be up to the UI to say if there is a remaining team, they're the winner, and if no one is, then it's either a tie or everyone loses or whatever, right? A good example of when it would be a tie would be on the King's Court map, where both teams were on the edge row when it exploded, right? That would be a no-win situation. You'd have both teams die the same move, right? Excuse me. Other than that, it would be kind of hard to do that, but you get the idea. It has to be a level event. It can't really be a move, because a move can't really eat and die at the same time unless a level event remove a tile or something. Anyway, so we're going to go to the, let's do the chessboard map. We'll do human as team 1, and we're not going to include a team 2. So as soon as we jump in, it should have us win, which means that after 10 seconds, we'll be kicked back to menu. So let's go here. So in less than 10 seconds, we should be back in our main menu. And if not, I'm going to inspect what game mode is being loaded. $20, $19, $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $3, $2, $1. Okay. So something went wrong. Base game mode. We're still loading base game mode. Why is that? Mirror broke it. No, you didn't break it. I don't know why I have two editors running. So I'm going to set a breakpoint there. I'm going to run with debugging. Hopefully Visual Studio 2017's debugger works. We had some crashes earlier on 2 days ago. Chessboard, one human, go. Okay, so then we can go here and let's look here. Locals. Current map, mode name is battle. So this should resolve to check it dot battle chess game mode. So let's there we are. Okay. I actually don't have an extra line I can inspect on. No, they all returned. Shoot. Okay. So let's try and see if it actually worked. Because since I had two editors, it's possible that I was just using an old version. Yeah, the Visual Studio updates are actually not that hard. They're normally a lot more of an annoying pain in the butt than they have been. So it's still base game mode. Crap. I want to know what this resolves to. F string test equals oh, that could be a problem. Yeah, I didn't use a text macro. That would be a big issue. That would do it. Yeah, I normally do Visual Studio 2015, but I decided after I reformed my computer 2 weeks ago that I would jump to 2017 since I could just use a 2015 build chain, tool chain. So I only have one editor installed in my computer. Right? So let's try this now. The chessboard, 1 versus 1. Although we'll have this be disabled, so it'll be 1 versus no one. Okay, so now boom, boom. Now what is test? There we are. So game maps battle chessboard game equals class script check it battle game chess game mode. Oh. That's not valid. That's not what I call my game. I don't think. No, it's still base game mode. Because I don't call my game mode that. What do I call it? C++ classes. Base game mode. There is no chess in it. I typoed. A long time ago. So really, this hard code never actually worked. It was probably something I did back in the 4.9 or 4.11 days. And I just copied the code over without realizing I changed the name of the class. If you ever on Linux, learn V. Nano can help. Honestly, when I used Linux, I used I think it was gedit. I think it was gedit. Yeah, I even used it on Windows at one point too. But then I got Visual Studio Code, and you know, yeah, I know how it is. So now, if I set the spawn to enabled. So you're resolving to battle game mode. There we are. Battle game mode. There we are. So now in 10 seconds, I should be kicked back to menu. So Etienne and Lo said they started VFX Inventory and Unix machines. In the day, they were $50,000, and they could buy them for $5 on eBay. Sounds about right. Well, looks like something went wrong. Oh, we're back to menu. Oh, I needed to make a move. I see. Okay. So in that case, let's try it with King's Cross. So battle, King's Court. And we're going to have it be something small, so we're going to do human. We'll do 1v1. Human versus AI. Actually, no, we're going to do human versus human. Screw it. I'll play against myself. That way I can make sure that it ends very quickly. Here, then I move this back here. So if this works right, then this should, when it explodes, it should win, and in 10 seconds, we should go back to main menu. Prepare for some loud noises. I think one more move. So in 10 seconds, we should go back to the main menu. There we are. Okay. And then we can set up a new lobby from there. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's drop this debug string here. And then there's game state. I can actually drop this down, even though it doesn't matter because base game mode is our default anyway. So now let's loud noises. Genie, yep. So let's see about winning by an eat, if that will cause the game over situation to occur properly. Looks like it will. Alright, I have to do silver. I'm actually gonna not eat it right away. I'm gonna wait for the edge to go down just for debugging sake. It's hard for me to realize which one I'm selecting since I can't go by the center of it because the control range is the entire map for this. And there we go. So then we can go here. There. Now let's try to win. We should be brought back to menu. There we are. Okay, it was just a slow load, I guess. Okay. So that is the back-end situation. Now all we need to do is we need to actually take our placeholder win screen or lose screen and update this value here to include the time left countdown, and then display it, and when the countdown reaches 0, we'll then load back to the main menu. Okay. So in order for that to happen, we need to link in with our game instance event we created yesterday. There we are. And it is on start, win, lose timer. Okay. So we need to go into our base game instance. So show main menu events. Oh, do we ever actually update this? May I forgot to. Oh well. How's the game coming along? Have not been back in 2 months. Okay, so we just did a big playthrough test of it. We now have 3 levels. We have chessboard, which is mostly complete. Although I might change the aesthetic a little bit. And then we also have cross streams and the one I showed off just a little bit ago was King's Cross. Let's have it be free for all. So human or AI. I should actually have this be a default. I just need to add it to my map list. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add all of these to Alice. And then add myself here. Still have the huge boards. It has 1 chessboard level, 1 cross streams, which is a 64 by 64 grid, which is probably what you're talking about. And this one's an 11 by 11. And every 10 moves it gets smaller. Every 10 full rotation moves, move rotations, I say. So the idea is you kind of want to jockey for center. See, if I move here or there, they would eat me, but if I eat here, then I'm blocking off its ability to go anywhere, including towards green. So let's move there. So it looks like red team's gonna be knocked out. I think this is the kill. There we are. So now we have a smaller map and all the pieces that were on the edge are gone. Now we have to continue jockeying for center. Let's go here. No, I don't want this to get in my range. I'm going to move over here, which is going to leave some pressure off of black. But it's going to put some pressure on magenta that can only move sideways. Or back, of course. I want green to screw off, but I also want magenta to stay back too, so I'm gonna go towards green. There we are. After this, I'll show cross teams again. The goal is I want to keep center, right? Because the map's gonna slowly get smaller. It's a gimmick map, but if you have fun with the gimmick map that took an hour. There we are. Now it's just me and magenta. I can either let it die because I don't let it in, or I can try and make it trade. Elvis can move his back. I might lose my king here. Now it's stuck. And I might lose my king here when the game's over, so it wouldn't drop anyway. So I won, yay! Now we're going back to the main menu. There we are. And the cross streams level, I'll show all three of them. Oh, these be AI. I showed it earlier, so if you're watching a replay, sorry about the redundancy. So here is the quote huge board. So the stable's over here. There's a moat with a bridge and cross spawns. There's some bishops you can acquire or capture. And there's the other spawn. On the other side of the map, each of the cross spawns has a rook and pawn, or two rooks and two pawns. And then there's a third spawn up here with... I'm actually going to probably make it two kings and a queen. So they can make a detachment and go in to clean up the map without giving up their only position. But it'll be up to them to decide how many units they want to take with them. It could be just a queen, or it could be, one of the rooks, or a pawn, or whatever. Or just a king. Well, that's kind of dangerous. But they have two of them, so why not? That's one of the things I was kind of noticing as well about this game mode, though, is that I only have one map that actually shows the control range mechanic, because the other two maps, Chessboard and King's Cross, are both small enough that the king can control everything based on how it's set up. So, and King's Cross would make sense anyway, because you only have kings, you only have control pieces. So, ideally I'd have a fourth map in there, but, time. You can always add more maps later, right? Make it a bit bigger. So now I can move my knight forward. Let's actually move the knight, sure. The way we timed it out is with the number of pieces that are on the board at any given time. Rounds take from the people I've been playing with, about 1.5 to 2 hours for battle game mode on cross streams. Chessboard level is much quicker, of course. I never actually played multiplayer like against humans on the King's Cross map. I never actually played with my group of friends on that one, so it might be fun, might not be fun. I don't know. It's a gimmick map, but that's, if you can do a gimmick map and have it just work, then why not, right? Even if you play it once, that's more enjoyment than you would have had otherwise. Alright, so now we have to go into here, go to open game instance. So now we gotta do events. Start win lose timer. Okay, so here we are. Let's drop this down a little bit. So we want this event to kind of riff on this a little bit. Not you. There we are. Gonna do variable instead of waiting for connections. We're gonna do HUD windscreen. There we are. And here it's gonna be create. I guess I could have just done that. And wait for connections. No, we want to do a set here. I had a bit of a brain fart moment. Don't mind me about that. You know what? Let's just get rid of route node, input selection, route node, input selection. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are. I'm actually gonna not have that condition anymore. And then we're gonna do states. I think it's initializing. That's what we had originally. May actually controlled by C++. So you want to be before setting up round. Sure, why not? Okay. So now if this works correctly, we should be setting something up on the HUD. There we are. So we start here. Human there. So as soon as we start, we're gonna win. Team 2 will despawn. And then I make one move, and there we are. You win, return to main menu. We're not updating this yet. And there we are. Okay. And then if we start another game, it should work fine. I don't think we're going to have any situation where we're going to have any issues with previous game state affecting current one. Looks like it's set up properly. What am I doing? What you gonna do? There's a trap. There we are. Ah, I fell for it. Again. Second time this stream. Yeah. Come on, you loser tonight. And yes, this is a default, default explosion. Kind of sad when you fall for the same trick twice. I guess I can't do that. Move there, then I can move there. No. GDN works on Mac, nice. Let's move back one. I can't do that. I gotta move. Shoot. So no matter what I do, one of them's gonna die. What will give me a better position? You know what? Here we go. Oh, now my keys, my queen's trapped. How to throw a victory, right? Wow, I'm actually really screwed right now. Oh well. GG. Anyway, so yeah, that was the case. It looks like our creating a new level, or creating a new round afterwards wasn't gonna interfere. That's good. So now we need to actually update these. So here we're gonna go out of our game instance into the win screen. Okay. So on construct, set timer. So every I'll wait before executing delegate in seconds. Let's do 1 second. Looping, yes. Function name, we're gonna have to make a function. Update. Timer. Time to server travel. Sure, why not? Let's just call that. Text win lose. Get here. We're gonna do set text. Boom, 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 boom. There we are. There we are. We're gonna do get game state cast. I shouldn't even need to do that. And then we'll do a string server time. Oh no, I need to do a cast. Let's do a cast. Do base game state. The reason why I need to do a cast is because that is where I saved. I believe it's base game states where I saved the game end time. Yes. So cast a base game state. And then we'll do, oh, that'll be a problem. Blueprint, read only. Category equals check. Come on. Check. Yes. There we are. Now I gotta compile and save. And now we need to reload because we changed our header file to make that class accessible by blueprints. So we're going to compare that to the game end time and get the server time seconds. And the minus, we're going to truncate to the whole number, to the integer. And that will be our time remaining. and then we're going to paste that number into our ends. There we are. Then we're going to do subtract. Float minus float. Is that right? Okay, and then we're going to clamp. Float. Max, we're going to have it be... It's 10, but let's make it be... let's do 10, whatever. 10, 0. And then we're going to int. So I guess it would be floor. And then we do so each time this is going to be called, it will set the text to that, whatever the game end time is. Actually, for the event graph, we're going to have it be less than 1 second, just in case we are offset by a little bit. Let's do 0.2. So we're going to have probably 5 updates in a row that are slightly offset, but that means we won't have it stuck on a number for, you know, let's do even less than that. Let's do 100 milliseconds. We're going to do a function delegate to there. What? I think I'm forgetting something. So I can't just do that. I don't really use a lot of blueprints. Events delegates. Maybe 4 blueprints. Okay, so I guess I'm on the right path. Okay. The dispatcher, dispatch, update time to server travel. This is not, Let's look up event dispatchers. Again, I mostly do stuff in C++. I thought I did some of this stuff before, though. There we are. Uh-huh. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and it's not just because what I'm doing is not working. It feels like I should know something, but I'm not. I should look up a timer. There we go. Look. This documentation should tell us. Add custom event. Okay.
The air is thinner as we climb. We've only got one
Okay.
destination. Touch the clouds and gravity's edge. And
That rings a bell.
momentum. Does it matter?
Custom event. There we are.
Memories of where we began. And you unfollow my
Event update time to server travel.
can see your darkened eyes. And you are still hiding your smile. Take my dismay, throw it away.
Event update timer or time to server travel. There we are.
How many times do we have to write our names in the sand so they don't wash away? How many times do we leave our mark? I've been worried if you'll be okay.
Let's see if this works.
I can travel the world in an instant.
Feels like I'm doing something wrong, but don't know what it is, so whatever.
For you, I know I'll stay right here. And I can see your darkened eyes. And you are still hiding your
Yeah.
Take my dismay, throw it away. When you reach me, find a way.
Okay. Well, that was fun, but so the timer worked. I apparently, oops, chose the wrong. Yeah. What? Try to select you. There we are. And now I apparently did something wrong on this. I thought it should be 10 seconds. But did I accidentally set it to 6? So it's there we are. Let's do final references. And we're almost done for today. Going for about an hour and a half. It's almost 11. That's the time I usually cut it off. It's now 10:50. Yeah, it should be plus 10 seconds. I really don't care all that much if it's not entirely accurate, but you know. As a matter of fact, I should actually change it so that way when it reaches 0, instead of writing number, it will do returning to menu. So HUD windscreen. There we are. There we are. Branch. So I need to actually have this be there. I guess in both cases it'd be here, because the yeah. Oh no, that wouldn't work. I'm an idiot. Okay. And what I'm trying to do is int greater than. So if return value is greater than 0, then that'll be fine. If not, then we're gonna have another root node, and it'll be here. Returning to menu. There we are. Current lobby. Chessboard. We'll just set it up to human. There we are. Oh, I should just have it be nothing at all. Returning to menu, returning to menu. Come on. I guess I need to leave a space or something. Let's move it there. I don't know why 10 makes it go to 6, but whatever. Okay, so that is basically it for what I want to do today. There's going to be still a little bit more to do, but get the idea. Like one of them is actually changing you win to possibly you lose. Have that be related to whether the player actually is the winner or not. But that will require quite a bit of work, so that'll be a stream in itself. So for now, that should be it. So thank you for watching. See you next time. And if you're watching on Unreal Engine channel, probably gonna see someone else on the auto host list. So thanks for watching. Oh, and thanks Ming Lord for the auto host as well.